From our discussion, we know that from my experience from this part of the world, we have been using community for diverse reasons, for social reasons, for economic reasons, and the concept now emerged of resource pooling, meaning that if a member here wants to do wedding, everybody in the social gathering, you see everybody pool resources together, we will buy their food. Sometimes even the person that is getting married will not even be aware of the cost, he will not be involved in the cost. That's the kind of community, a resource pooling system. So resource pooling system is a system of mobilizing a group of people with shared interests, mobilizing resources to achieve a particular goal. So this brings us to our own system here as in Africa. We have diverse resource pooling system. We have a social scheme, you see people putting money together, saving, pooling resources together. We have even end of year mid-sharing scheme, whereby people say, okay, wants to buy a car, we put resources together, saving towards the end of the year, they will buy a car, they will distribute it. We have another critical of the Igbo apprenticeship scheme. It's a community, how they come together, they create jobs for themselves. Okay, I set up a little business, I don't have money to hire people. Okay, you come and work for me. I don't have money to pay you now, but in another 7 years I will pay you. Meaning that I will be saving your salary in the next 7 years. When you are leaving, I will give you the money to go and set up. It's a kind of community resource pooling. But what our focus here today is how we see how we as Nigerians, we as Christians, how we have used this community resource pooling effectively in this part of the world. In this part of the world, we don't have social systems, social security system. Our backbone is this community resource pooling. A kind of informal social security system. Now, our focus here is to see how we can use this same system to create wealth. So this one take us to what is wealth creation. But before I even go into the what wealth creation, at the heart of wealth creation, these terms or concepts are not new to us. We hear them every day. We hear creation of wealth every day. So at the heart of wealth creation is the ability to identify value and exchange lesser value for higher value. Meaning that every wealthy person, if you want to be rich, you don't also have that insight to identify value. And also, you must be a trader. You trade one value for another. There is a story in the Bible where Christ compared the kingdom of God to a man that finds a treasure. He went to go and sell all he has and buy that treasure. So that is a vivid example of the journey of wealth creation. So you must, for example, as a student, you have time. What do? You trade the time to get knowledge. As individual, you have human resource, which your skill you have. You trade that skill to get salary. But you are going to take this to a higher level. So simply, wealth creation is a process of, in a nutshell, it's a process of identifying, exploiting, and preserving and transferring value from what you do to another. So first of all, like I said, at the heart of it is that you must identify something of value. And because God does not create any man empty, so you have something that is valuable. But you must trade what you have that is valuable for the lesser value for higher value. So that's the heart of it. But it's not because we have seen people make wealth and lose wealth. So it's not just getting wealth opportunity. You must preserve that opportunity and you must transfer that opportunity to the next generation. So the reason some of us are where we are, our parents failed in this journey. Some of the some of our parents tell us to they make money at a time, but the wealth was not preserved, so it didn't transfer to us. But by the grace of God, we will make wealth, we will present, and even transfer to our children. Amen. Now, why am I emphasizing, why am I going through this process? Why not just talk about investment directly? Because these things are very critical. Because wealth creation, first of all, is mental, it's in the picture, it's in your mind, it's a mind game first. So we're going to look at obstacle to wealth creation. One of the major obstacles to wealth creation is lack of wealth creation education. It's so funny that in our educational system, even at home, nobody teaches you how to create wealth. Where the curriculum is designed, it evolves from the colonial orientation where you need to prepare people to serve the colonial government and interests. So many a times, I see this one of the most critical obstacles to creating wealth. Many a times, when you go to school, they teach our children, or they teach us summer and winter. Summer and winter. And we don't have winter here. We don't have summer here. Education is teaching a man to understand his environment and how to exploit those environments. So that is a major obstacle because that already has disorganized the mind, which is the template for wealth creation. And if you can envision it, then you can get it. But if you lack that education, it's a big problem. Then the next major obstacle is inability to identify value. Sometimes we discover that a lot of people just have casual attitude towards life. I tell everybody in life they are all traders. You just want to marry, you just marry casual, just anybody. You want to choose a career, anything, let me just do anything. I just want to do anything. You must identify value. And if you have not developed that skill, that orientation, it's going to be struggling in life. You just be settled for anyone that comes. Then thirdly is inability to delay gratification. We discover that a lot of people, initially I said that at the heart of wealth creation is trading. Trading something of higher value, something of lower value for something of higher value. But we see people, especially young people, they have something in their hand because God did not create any man empty. But you cannot delay, let me give this thing out and delay the enjoyment I will get from it. And in life, there is no free lunch. Nothing is free in life. You are getting something free, doesn't mean that it's free. Somebody paid for it. Everything has cost in life. So this is a major problem. And these are character issues. You must deal with them. Otherwise, you cannot even create what you cannot invest. Because at every time, there are needs for you to make. That is, money always have use. Time always have use. You are the one that will say, no, let me delay this first because I've seen something of higher value. Let me exchange it for it. Then, even we see people, they have education of wealth creation, they can identify value, they cultivate the habit of delayed gratification. They decide very well. The fourth item there is limited resources. Fine. I can go on, I know the other things, but my resources are limited. How can I use this small 100,000 to make investments and out from that become wealthy? Or this 200,000. So these are some of the major obstacles to wealth creation we discover that people face. But we will look at them and see how we can overcome them. Please, next slide. Can you revise so that I will show fully? So our focus will be on the fourth obstacle, which is limited resources. But before I proceed, I will want us to, there's a statement I normally make, a principle which I don't joke with, is the Newton's first law of motion. I will just paraphrase it. He said that an object will continue on a straight line in one direction, and then on an motion will continue at that pace in the same direction then until an external force acts on it. Meaning that if I throw an arrow, that will keep moving in the direction I throw until an external influence acts on that arrow. And in our last slide, we talked about obstacle to wealth creation. That is the knowledge and the orientation of wealth creation. And the crux of our problem, it is that number one item. One of my mentors told me that if your parents are poor, there is 80% chance that you'll be poor. Not because you are not endowed to be rich. Because wealth creation, first of all, is an habit, it's a culture. And if you don't learn it, you go to 4 walls of school, you will not learn it. They will not teach you there. And if you don't learn it in your home, meaning that you will continue in that direction. So you see families, the father was a civil servant, at times they are passing out. So there's always a program of that journey. I'm not saying civil servant is bad, somebody what works somehow. But you're already programmed. Daddy will tell you that by the time I'm leaving, I will look for a way to put you inside this civil service. You will continue, when you grow old, you want to put your son there. Because that's already been programmed. So that is the continuous direction you'll be going. You see that continuous direction, that lineage you'll be going. Until that is have an external influence to influence that individual. That look, there is more you can get out of what God has put inside of you. So that's why I emphasize the place of education, the awareness that there's more in you. There's more God has put in you. There's more you can do. But if you don't have that orientation, you just continue in that path. We have spoken about our community resource pooling system and some of the obstacles. One of the major obstacles I made mention of is limited resources. And I want to emphasize that we can redirect this good value orientation we have in Africa, in this part of the world, community resource pooling, towards creation of wealth. And that will overcome the number 4 obstacle. This is a major problem in Nigeria. Look, the rich understands it, they are doing it. I was speaking to somebody, I don't know his pastor. I said, the Dangote refinery you are talking in Betleti, it's not just Dangote's money. Almost all Nigerian billionaires, they put money there. So what are they doing? They identify a value. They want to exploit it. They form a community. They put their resources together. So one man is just at the front. You see that one man. But it's not just him. So by each individual of them, they cannot build the refinery. But by them coming together, they build, I think, the single largest refinery in the world. Now, in this part of the world, we like this smallness, individualism. So you see an estate or a street, everybody has a small generator. And they will all think that disturbing themselves, and they cannot sleep. Those small generators are power plants. All of them can say, let's gather this money that we used to buy small generator. Let's buy one big generator. Or when they have big generator, let's get a gas turbine, a power plant. If you go to Redemption City, you see generator. They could have bought small generators. Or you will say soundless, noiseless, inside each of the building. And I said, look, this smallness mentality, this me and my wife, me and my family mentality, myself, let's drop it. They all come together. The money, we need to build a power plant. The light doesn't go up there. When you call a gas turbine power plant, they are all generators. They are all generating electricity. So, that's why, you know, the Bible said that one shall chase 1,000, one shall chase 10,000. So, you see, if you go there, if you go to Redemption Camp, no noise, everywhere, nice. Go to your streets. Everybody has those small power plants. All the small power plants, they will not be efficient. They are making noise, discharging fumes that even kill people. So we have a very good value system which we have not redirected properly. So the purpose of this engagement to see how we can redirect or harness this our community value and come together and use it for the journey of wealth creation. So traditionally, there are constraints or limitations in investing. Because wealth creation is about investing, trading. Now, we examine two major limitations. One of the first limitations we look at is the complexity of investment opportunity. So, a lot of people are afraid of investing because sometimes they are not too much. What people are complex, they don't understand it. So, why we can't do so? I just want something simple. Let me put my money in the bank. Let me be seeing it. Even if it's 2% interest I'm getting, I know my money is safe. Then the other one is size, which is capacity. Size we are not going for the investment. People hear that land in Lekki, private land in Lekki is going up. People, land value is going up in Lekki. Even in Lekki, we do a bed. But I don't have the money to sell. I don't have money to buy land in Lekki or in Lekki. Let me go to one far village, which by 200,000 can give me. But that far village we went to, there are no opportunities there. The value will not appreciate as fast as we get to them. So it is size limitation, capacity that is driving to your village to go and buy land. So that when you see when you make better money, you run to your village. It is capacity limitation that is driving you. And these are two major obstacles. I want to see how we can use the community resources to overcome this obstacle. So, here I was addressing the complexity of investment opportunity. The most simple an investment opportunity is, the lesser the return it has, because if everybody can understand it, everybody will go and do it and take the profits. So, like those simple opportunities, like you're saving your money in your bank account, the returns are very small. How much does the bank pay? I think at most they pay 6% for your savings, some will fall. Then you do this, they can give you 7% or 8%. That your money is going to be 12 rupees. Those ones have lower expected return because they are simple. If you want to get good return, you must move to complex investments. The challenge with that is that I do not understand this. That is a lot of people have. If you go to like real estate, stocks, private credit, venture financing, the returns are very high. But ordinary people do not understand they cannot take advantage of those returns. So for you to invest in something, you need help. Sometimes you need to buy the help. Even the rich people too, somebody does not understand, but they have capacity. You cannot buy the help. They go and hire experts. Let me understand. You have commercial lawyers who want to do certain transactions. You get them. These people pays them. Provide them advice on what to do buy certain lands. You pay. Go and do due diligence. Go to an answer. Check out whether everything is okay. But the regular guy can't do that. They don't have the resources to engage. If a lawyer tell you that this search I did it I want to do, you pay me $1 million, you say how much do I want to invest? You go back. So what we are still trying to look at is how we can use the community resource policy system to navigate this complexity and take ourselves from these shallow waters to deeper waters where we can invest and enjoy higher returns, better returns. The next slide. So the other one we talk about, I already discussed about the size constraint. Using the example of maybe he wants to buy land in Lekki or even a bed because of the amount. As far as a bed goes to the number, I know the value has gone high now, even 10 million, 15 million. But I tell you, in another 5 years, Ghana of 5 million, Ghana of 8 million, 10 million, we go for 15 million naira. And if you analyze it, it means that for 5 years, it's 100% per year we go to. So, how do we overcome this capacity of this size of people? It now goes back to, okay, yes, get our resources together. It's not new to us, we have been doing this. Our friends will give birth. You say, let's gather money to so we can buy the person. We'll put our resources together, we'll buy the gift and go and give the person, this is the person. Our friends wants to marry, we'll do it. Even in our own local church, when somebody dies, we'll put resources together for the girl. Can't we just flip our brain and think differently? Why don't we pull resources together and take advantage of opportunity that hitherto myself alone cannot take? Because the rich does this, and let me say this, the banking system and capital market architecture are resource pool architecture, but it disadvantages the ordinary guy. All resource pooling scheme. The regular ordinary person cannot go to the bank to go and take capital, take loan. They will ask for this, ask for that. You don't have the influence. You know it. It's very difficult. But if all our individuals, if I ask here, it's called on average, a lot of us have 100,000, 50,000, 200,000 inside our bank account. If you multiply them by 5 million, you know what's that? They'll put them and ability to navigate to $1 or the need. So if you don't have access to such, you can design your own resource pooling system for making investments. So you can say, okay, where is stimulating leadership? Let's all this ownership mentality na my own. It's better to own 10% of 1 billion and to own 100% of 1 million. We don't even do that there. 10 people, 5 people can gather to go and buy the land, do the documentation, get the lawyers to do due diligence. Guys, people, when you value, appreciate, to sell it, you should put the resources. Even just 1 plot. But it's better to own 1 plot in a fair land than to own even a acre in your village. So also, you can come together and say, let's even pull resources together, buy certain stocks, do stocks. resources together, let's invest in treasury bills. Let me look at my government. So look, we're looking at the benefit of resource pooling for wealth creation. Number one, better knowledge. Because among the community members, there could be people that are more intelligent, that are more knowledgeable about certain areas than you. And if on your own, because of knowledge limitation, you don't do that investment. So if you have to do that investment, you go and hire experts. As when you want to invest in stock, you need an expert. You go and pay the person to tell you about it. But within that community, there is going to be somebody that is knowledgeable about it. Within that community, there is somebody that is knowledgeable about real estate. You see a lawyer within that community. I say, don't worry, I'll give you due diligence. Since I'm part of the community. And all these resources, you are not paying for it, you are getting for free. So one of the major obstacles you have gotten by resource pooling, community resource pooling, you overcome the obstacle. Now, you don't have money to pay a lawyer before, you don't have money to engage an expert, but then you are getting them for free. But the member of the community, the member of the resource pooling scheme. Then you have a larger pool of funds. With my 1 million, I never want to buy land there. But 10 of us comes together, just an illustration. I will go to buy land. And instead of me going to Djebah State, I go to buy land in Pedro or in Bethlehem. They are overcome capacity limitation. When the value grows by 200% or 300%, when I want you to grow by 200%. Another benefit, this larger pool of funds, I will also do one similar concept that we understand. You don't have money in a current account or savings account. Every bill raise is around 18-20%. But you keep the money there in your hand, they are paying you 4%. All of you can gather all the possible money you have and appoint somebody to you get an expert put it investing for us, or we invest it. At the end of the treasury bill, we share it based on the amount we contribute. My 500,000, I can even just 20%, now this is 18% or 20%. Assuming that out of the community, nobody will have the money because you have larger amount of money. You can ask let people hire expert and those advice to advise you. Whereas you need money, you have that capacity. Also, because of a larger pool of funds, you can do better negotiation and buy at a favorable price. And buy at a favorable price, make that at a favorable thing. That if you go in your little money, say, just help me, let me come and say, boom. You're not asking for help. I will not digress a little bit. Somebody, while preparing for this, somebody told me that this is why this thing cannot work out. Why people doesn't do it? Why people doesn't do it that they don't, because of trust. I laughed. So I laughed. I said that if I trust the God will be. You can trust somebody, give the person money to go to market, to go buy anything that will be. Eh? You can trust somebody money, okay, we'll grab the money I give you, go and buy the car. I'll bring it. The person will not buy the one that is. We need to change. Life is driven, life is built on trust. And they are credible people. And they are credible people. I will have credible community. Credible community. So we trust people in certain anything. No one just build some mental barriers in our mind. Even one scare thing, that person that is anxious, trust him. He go to his house, beat it out. Which is not dangerous. Which is not dangerous when you take your 100 cattle to run away and that person poison you. Next slide. How we recommend that community resource pooling. It shouldn't just be one conversation we have. Let's start now. Let's even start with the simple ones. And let's see the benefit. Let's see the synergy, the added value we created by coming together. Then this will drive us to now even move to the more complex part of it. Like, okay, let's even hire somebody to create stuff for us. Let's even think of getting a land together. A choice location. People can put resources together to buy a house. There's something that happened in Lagos. Most of these developers, once they get a land, they don't have money to build the land. Because we call it off land. People that are into real estate here understand. You pay them at this time, you need a discount of 50% on the value of that house. You use the money to pull like that to buy it, which will renovate the house. If you don't have the money to even buy one for yourself, your off land yourself, maybe 5 people can say, okay, let's do it together as a team. When you get that house, they finish building the house, you are buying one of the house in Lekki. Don't sell it. The profit you make, when you see the trade like that, you are going to buy your own. Let's start. Let's even create the Fortress Community Treasury Income Fund. All our small money we get as a community, they come together. Now buy treasury bill. Let's do it for 6 months. And let's compare the individual results we are getting by putting it in our own saving account. I don't know whether I'm making sense. Who agree here, get somebody that the one that's coordinating it, managing it. And once, after the 6 months, the return will distribute based on the amount of money. So, somebody individually that cannot get 18% return because you just have 200,000, because you just have 1 million. But if you go to 1 million with the bank when they say you want freeze deposit, they will tell you 4%. I don't know if anybody has called this bank before. But I have a banker here. Once you pay for 1 million naira for 6 months, freeze deposit 7.5. For 1 year. Yes. For 1 million. For 1 year. Any amount. Yes, correct. So, we can all come together and take that together. That 1 million that gets them over, can go and get 20%. So, we've created value by coming together, by putting our resources together. So, let us just use this good cultural system we have here, not just for consumption, but just for social purpose. Let's start now. So I will stop here and we will take questions.
Please, if you have any questions, I will go around so that we can do that. Anybody who has a question now, and then start. All right. Please, can I get another mic? Please, most of us, let's just ask you a few faster than that.
Praise God. Okay, thank you, sir. for that wonderful seminar lecture. Now, my question is on this issue of trust. You know why? Like, okay, let me give an instance now, like a law firm in Nigeria, we already have the notable law firms, and once I mention their name anywhere, you have Djebah, you have them, but most of them do charge in dollars, you can't afford them. But everybody already know their standard. Now, if I now come to you as an investment expert, and because of money, so I can't go for top ones that already made their name, and probably you gave me a wrong advice. Let me say a wrong advice because you have that. Even in law, maybe the lawyer doesn't know this or her onion and you come, no lawyer will tell you I don't know this. But the best thing may be ask for other people before, but some want to, in order to cover shame and they give you wrong advice and you do that, you lose money. So if I come to you now, is there a way you can be held liable? That's my question, because in law, now what I tell you, because we want cheap things in Nigeria. Like somebody just came to me over the weekend, you want to do leasing and sublet. Immediately you bring, I said, let me see the paper of the person to get leasing. So immediately I saw, I don't say, I don't need to go through all these things. They never find out the guy is a scammer. Immediately they ask all these questions. So I will come back. Let me go and amend. Never came back again. Now, but what I'm saying is, eventually, because I'm a professional, trust is like a law for them. If I have said go ahead, they would have gone ahead and if they lose money. Is there a way they come back and said, Sister Tina advised me wrongly and I should lose 5 million? That's my question, because what I tell people, like in law now, assuming that's why it's better. If you're doing something of huge amount, you go to a lawyer, please say, write me legal opinion or legal advice in writing. Pay for it so that you be in writing, this is what the lawyer said. So there is something going on, but most times you go for advice. So is there a way, not issue of trust, I can trust you, go for a treasury bill or shares and lose my millions of naira?
Thank you. You see, I think somehow our election kind of addressed it. Now, what she said is very correct. You see, because you don't have money, you have that size limitation. What are the limited resources? What are the limited resources? Cannot afford certain professionals. You just go and meet like a bank. They said, bank is bank and lose money. But in a community resource pooling system, that size limitation is being addressed because we can, as our level of our assets improves, grow, and a professional firm, and it can be done legally, well documented, and every professional they bear liabilities. A thoroughbred professional, if he advise you on an investment, he must also tell you the limitation of the investment. And if he fails to tell you the limitation of the investment and suffer loss, he's liable. So what we do is that's why sometimes when we want to recommend investments, we tell you these are complex investments. These are small, these are limitations. These are the opportunities, the advantage of it. You have to make your decision. If they perceive that you are the person that cannot take that kind of risk, we come with simple vanilla recommendation. For example, because why am I recommending a fixed income treasury fund? Because this does a job. We are meeting of a community that have not very investment savvy. Let's go to the investment that are not risky. They are not too complex. But they offer better value than where they are currently. So, for example, federal government treasury bill, no default, and suffer loss. You understand? So that is, I'm applying professional experience. I didn't just say, let's just go and do a real estate. Or let's go and stop directly. Because that's a little bit complex. So let me go gain some understanding of investment before you take them to a higher level.
this question. It says, what is your advice on as an investment expert on the period of an investment, long-term investment or short-term investment, taking into consideration the risk factor, which one is preferable?
Well, short-term investment is medium-term investment and long-term investment have a place. So the first thing why we do investment is, what is your objective? So if you have a short-term objective, as a professional, I won't carry into a long-term investment. I will want to marry your objective to the investment. If you have a medium-term investment, I will say on a medium-term investment that investment compensates you for time value of money. So long-term investment have that same premium, so we have higher return than short-term investment. Likewise, medium-term investment have higher return than short-term investment. So it must compensate you for the longer time of period you wait. So what I see is that you see if you have this match, the objective are long-term, but you do short-term investment. So they will not capture that same premium compensation. So we also see people that have short-term objectives, they can't invest long. After some time, they say, I think I'm money, I cannot get my money back. So there must be a match. So we have investment boom mismatch to happen. So if you make a professional investment counselor or advisor, you first of all try to understand your objective before even recommending what to do for you.
Thank you, sir. This question goes to us. How much money do I need to start an investment? What should I consider before making my first investment? How much money do I need to start my first investment? And what should I consider before making my first investment?
Okay, issue of how much money, it all depends on your developer capacity. About your capacity. So there's something we call risk or standard of living while recommending investment. So we look your level of risk of your standard of your living in determining the kind of investment we recommend to you. But you can start investing with almost any amount of money. Now we'll discuss some of the constraints. So it's now strategy. How do I go about it? I want better return. Because we all know where inflation is. So inflation is moving around it's about 30%. Around 30%. And if you invest your money and you are earning return on average of 7%, you are trying to destroy your money. Your money is losing value. If you are doing long-term investment and it's giving you 7%, the historical inflation in Nigeria is around 14%. If you are getting 7% and it's a long-term investment, you're only losing value. You are losing your money unknowingly. So, as for issue of the amount, you can start with any amount. And as for issue of what you consider, what you invest in, like I do say, I will still emphasize again, what are the objectives? What are the goals? Are they short-term goals? Are they medium-term goals? Are they long-term goals? So sometimes it's better that when you open an account for our children, the typical bank will not tell you, create accounts that, okay, children saving account. You open the account for that child. That account is maybe 7% or 5%. In your mind, you say that when this child wants to go to school, or when this adult at 18, I will give this child this account. That's a medium-term investment goal. When you are using short-term investment outlet, that investment will underperform. When that child turns it, when you have that thing, the main investment, that money does not really have value. So I would rather, if I want to achieve such, I would rather say I don't want to take. I can buy stocks, I can buy long-term bond for that time, 10-year bond. I'll have higher return than what we get here. Can put that money there. So investment should be tied to objective. So that's why I'm calling it an investment program, rather than an investment program. It's not just doing it casually.
This question says, what is treasury bill? Can you guide us on the process of investing in treasury bill?
Well, treasury bill, like in a simple way, government controls the money in circulation. And one of the mechanisms to control the money in circulation is through certain instruments. So government borrows from the public. At the time when they see inflation is high, there's so much in circulation, they begin to borrow from the borrow. It's managed by the central bank on behalf of the federal government. So periodically, the central bank comes, they borrow money from the public. So if they perceive too much money is in the hands of the public and there's a driving inflation, they will increase the interest rate to entice people to give them, to lend their money to them. Like the kind of environment we have now, the inflation we are facing, the government felt that there's so much money in circulation and there's not enough production activity. And that's what is driving inflation. So they increase interest rates. The rate on TB, the 1 year at the time was not as high as 21%. So they just want to entice you as if I see 21% profit. Let me not spend this money, let me give it to the CBN. So it's the CBN that issued this treasury bill on behalf of the federal government. So they used to borrow from the public. So sometimes, especially the banks, when the bank look at it, if I give my money to CBN government, I will get 20% or 21%. There is no risk in this. And I should give it to the baker who sell it at 30%, but that guy will not pay me back. So the bank, or the majority of my money, I'll give it to government, I'll send it to treasury bill. So what is government doing that is that control the amount of money circulation. When they give the maker a money loan, the maker have more money to spend. So that's treasury bill in the short, simple thing.
How do individuals
That's the what. Because that is the question. Now, what body to carry small amount of money? I think the CBN can set a limitation of say 50 million to invest in treasury bill. So these are not scale we are talking about. So if you come to me to buy treasury bill for you, say you have 5 million. That's your 500,000. If you put 500,000 of 20 people together, and you now like 10 million naira, or like 5 million naira, it's okay. You can go around this for you, buy it. So by virtue of scale, you are limited. That's why we are emphasizing the concept of community resource pooling in wealth creation. So it's like people that are a compound, for example, at this church now we have like 10 flats. All of us have asked my neighbor. And the issue of the scale of the government, you cannot have a noiseless environment. You cannot have a good environment, fumes, noise, you cannot see. But if one day someone has said, all these small attackers from you, but I actually plant to. Let's even sell them about noiseless plants and put it. So that's what we are saying. So the issue is how do we put a system that is reliable, that these resources we are pulling, they are safe. That is the question. design system. We can do it. And that is the journey of creating wealth. Huh? So technically, you have started building your own wealth. If I impact everyone eventually, I will just appoint Mr. Femi to be the coordinator of the program. It's the way I design the paper. We will design the paper. And as you contribute, what you contributed, you will design it like something like a certificate, a receipt to show that you own this there. After the 6 months period, as the thing matures, you pay to that single account. Put it back, money, with your profit, your interest. That is smart thinking.
Okay, so someone is asking, sir, that given the state of the economy and how people's value can change because of the state of the economy, how do we avoid the risk involved? How do we avoid the risk involved in putting our resources together, resource pooling? And so what are the things that we do to avoid the risk? For example, like things like people being lack of trust. Sometimes people's priorities change, and so they want to pull out of the investment. So how do we
Now,
what are you doing with
this is the job. This is the job I do. And that's a very valid question. You discover that somebody else has been exploring this process community treasury fund. Somebody contributes. I will say it's a period of 6 months. 3 months down the line. 3 months down the line, the person now has it. He wants money back. There is no problem with it. You know why? People too within the community too that they are asking, I missed that first money, or I might have extra money. And I enter, I will not sell that person certificate of the funds and give to this person. He has transferred it, he has getting liquidity. So the community itself creates liquidity. There will always be somebody. Because it's attractive. I said, I enter a form of say 20% or 18%. If you want to go out, I will even buy it from you.
Once you announce that someone wants to, there may be someone else who wants to increase.
Sorry, sir, will the interest that the person has accumulated over time?
That place, yes.
That period of time. So the person that invested for 3 months,
The person that invests for 3 months will get interest for 3 months. The person that get his 3 months, take it over. Community automatically creates. Let me tell you something about financial market. When we say we play financial market, it looks complex, but we are going to create liquidity. I buy stocks, I'm talking about a bit more complex investment. I buy stock for somebody. An OTC stock that goes to the stock exchange. After the person he wants to sell, it's my job to provide liquidity. Sometimes I want other people that this person wants to sell this. Are you going to take it? Are you going to buy? He said yes, he buys. Sometimes he doesn't want to buy. I will even buy it. Put it in my inventory. So that when the value goes, I will sell it and make it. So sometimes somebody might say you want to exit. I have to ask somebody within the community that said, okay, I will exit you, but your interest will give me 5% of it for creating liquidity for you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Last question. It says, for someone that is really interested in improving their basic knowledge on investment, what learning platforms or channel would you recommend? Secondly, can two people jointly buy shares?
Yes. For I would say investment is an art and science. Why is it a science? There are basic principles you can follow. There are basic principles you can follow, and you know about it and start making money. But it's more of an art because every opportunity is unique. And for us, for you to understand art very well, is by doing it over time. So that's why I said at the beginning that I said it's a journey. So as you do it, you begin to observe certain patterns, you begin to learn about it. So if you want to increase your buying investment, I would recommend you look financial news. If you have access to Bloomberg, go to Bloomberg, go to Financial Times. See the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Let's start investing, no matter how small. My knowledge of investing starts when I studied finance, when I was in university. The lecturer inspired us, and I got my first stocks. I started trading when I was in university. And I discovered that as I do this, I made some little mistake. I learned why I made this mistake. That's why I said it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. I improve on it. And over time, even before it was the success I recorded. When the success I recorded, I said, that inspired me that I want to major in this career. So for you that wants to, you can go to watch channels when you talk about the economy. And investing is having knowledge. You know, when we started, I didn't mention of teaching our children, we are telling them about winter, we are telling them about summer, which other weather you have, autumn and rest. So please, those are useless. Investment is understanding your environment. That's education. You are not understanding. You have my time. Let me give you a simple analogy. We all know that the rainy season, hello, rainy season, I want to go enter the go and cut palm oil, palm fruit. The dry season, that's when they harvest those palm fruit, palm oil. Meaning that in the rainy season, supply of palm oil will reduce. Am I correct? And price will go up. Now, imagine my child that is in Italy, he doesn't know rainy season, doesn't know dry season, doesn't know harmattan. And that is an opportunity when palm oil is cheap. How can people that respect palm oil and buy, say, during dry season? Something is wrong with the curriculum. So, like I'm saying is that you must understand Nigerian economy. What happened? So when you make investment decision, it's what happens every day. I will make a few examples. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the first thing that comes to my mind is everybody are shouting war on Russia. And I hear that US want to sanction Russia. And I study Russia and value. Russia is the number one producer of fertilizer in the world. They produce grain. So Ukraine is a major supplier of grain. Meaning that if they sanction Russia, they cannot buy fertilizer, price will go up. Farmers, food products will go up. What do I do? I don't think at Nigeria, which companies is really into agriculture are listed on the stock exchange. I found two companies, Okomu and Presco. What I did, all my boss, we bought heavily, like all my customer, we bought heavily Okomu and Presco share. After some time, Biden started rolling the sanction out against Russia. Russia cannot supply fertilizer to African countries anymore. Grain price. What do you see? All the countries that rely on Russia for fertilizer, they cannot buy. Meaning that agriculture will suffer.
It's too heavy.
When we heard Thailand and export of their palm oil, they cannot sell it to anybody. Other countries, palm oil price jumped up every day. The price of Okomu rose by 100% in a period of 5 months. 800% return. So sometimes it's not about going to one academic institution to go and study seminar. It's understanding what is happening in your environment. So that's why I said that you must teach people to know their environment, to know what is happening. If I don't know that there are 2 companies producing palm oil in Nigeria here, take care of that. I can't have any other opportunity. Also, during the COVID, the share price of those companies that do information technology and healthcare, they skyrocket. So keep just thinking, see what is happening in your environment, and try to understand it and make a decision. I think we'll stop here. Thank you very much, sir. One major thing he didn't say, maybe for advertise, is an investment bank. Everything he has taught you is what he lives for, his company do. All these, where do I go and ask? Where do I go to? Where do you go to when you're having? Because he's your church member. That's what he does. He invests for big people in this economy, this country, and companies. He just explained to you how he got customer under him to buy shares. And I was sure, you want to buy shares or whatever, you have him readily available. That's why we're doing this. Imagine we are calling him from outside to do this thing he's doing for us. It's a major sacrifice he has done this. So, beyond the fortress community, that thing can't flop if you want to do it. There can't be corruption in it because people like you who are behind you don't do things like Alajosomuni in your neighborhood. Whatever they are doing, it's documented. So there's nothing like someone wants to cheat me. It's always for people that think about this trust issue. Go to Magodo. One guy left K2 and went to Magodo with Jen. Only one night they told him to carry that Jen with Magodo. Here there are principles around here. Come to my estate, his estate, but you can't see for his estate. Go to real estate, you can see. Why? The rich always have this mindset of peace of mind. Or the poor can't trust. You understand? Some of the time, the principle around it is, are you dealing with documented people? Documented. And like you said, it's a lawyer, when there is documentation, you can go to court. Even if it's a church thing, you can go to court. But when it is